sound? Probably not. With my luck, there's no sound coming through it. I don't know how to fix that. I just gotta route Firefox's audio to the proper output. There we go. All right. Get everything switched around, moved around. Cool, we got sound from everything. Audio coming out of this. Wait a while. Well, maybe we will when the actual video starts, but cool, that'll help. So, how's everybody doing today? let me know you're there by typing in the chat. That'll also tell me if my my chat merger is working, so I can see everybody's stuff. Let's see, where is that coming from? Is it my own Twitch channel? No. Restream? No. Nothing has audio. Where is that coming from? I wonder if Streamlabs, if the monitoring finally started working. I turned on mic monitoring like 10 hours ago. Here we come, Pele Auto Lock.
Pele. Pele. Pele.
Testing, testing. I mean, I don't mind that I can hear myself. Like, it's kind of nice to be able to know what my microphone sounds like, but I want to make sure it's not coming through that way on the, like, stream. Do you guys hear, like, an echo or anything? I like anarchist Bologna.
This land is in dire need of transformation. A container of heat and passion.
I really hope it doesn't drop audio like this like crazy when they actually start going stream. Like I don't know if this is their channel that sounds so terrible or what. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try something.
Minions have spawned.
Boots, Junge!
Enemy missing right!
That's great, our middle's not even playing.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
Be careful. Do not overstep your bounds.
Your middle tower is under attack.
And nobody watching mid. This is legit, I think.
Scorched earth!
Your middle tower has been destroyed.
There's nobody watching mid at all. Like all at all.
Your middle tower is under
My
attack.
spirit will always live on.
Your right tower is under attack.
Close some Chrome windows out, see if that helps with the CPU. I'd rather be here than just like hosting it, because I can host the channel, but then I have to interact via text. And if I'm going to do that, I might as well just go to their channel and type. But if I get it to where it runs smoothly, where I've got their channel up here and we can all hang out and talk about it, that's pretty cool. You get a little bit of both worlds. You get some games, and you get some announcements.
Stop it, kid!
I am the voice of generation!
Jetzt geht's los!
This game is not going well
Oh,
at
how
all.
destructive! Just my style!
Higher pride, longer the fall.
middle tower is under attack. Your right tower is under attack. Your left tower is under attack.
Fuck you.
Mensch, pass doch mal auf! Ein Gegner wurde geknechtet!
Whatever happened to the 5-minute surrender? That was a thing. I remember that being a thing. I remember them talking about that becoming a thing.
Scorched earth! Quick to erupt! Take my blade!
Da muss wissen, wer der Babo ist!
Be careful.
Eier!
middle
Wir
lane.
brauchen Eier!
Attack middle lane!
Your left tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed.
Niemand Fleisch, Mann! Wir machen! 2 auf einmal! Auf geht's!
Attack middle lane! Attack middle lane! Attack middle lane! Attack middle lane! Attack right lane!
Your right tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed.
Scorched earth! Colonius quick to erupt! Be careful.
Himmel, Arsch und Zwirn!
Scorched earth!
Entweder packst du jetzt deine Tasche und fährst, oder aber du packst deine Tasche und gehst.
Scorched earth!
Your left tower is under attack.
Be careful.
Ameno!
Colonius fury!
Zeit zum Knüppeln!
Hey, I like this. I really do.
This is so
Your
bad.
left tower is
This
under
is so
attack.
terribly bad. Like probably one of the worst. Probably one of the worst.
Your
games
left
I've
tower
played in a
has
long
been
time.
destroyed.
Scorched earth! Quick to erupt! Mind your own business!
middle phoenix is under attack.
My spirit
Ein
will
Gegner wurde gebronzt.
always live on.
Nice, 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 nice.
Scorched earth! Kiloway's fury!
I can't do enough damage.
Not
Das passiert, wenn du zu gierig wirst.
trusted. That's my style.
Eier, wir brauchen Eier.
Back off, buddy.
Zeit zum Schnüffeln.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen at all.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy tower. A mighty sword!
One more hour until
Ganze
thing down there.
Fleischmann, Kill machen.
that direction and that direction.
Jetzt geht's
I think it's that way.
los.
I think it's that way on the screen. That is going to become the 5.15 patch announcement. For whatever reason, they're just scrolling this EU invitational thing on their thing, even though instead of a, you know, like a, hey, you know, tune into the patch, tune in for the 5.1.5 announcement. It's too obvious. Oh, come here, you bastard. No, 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 no. I'm gonna get away from this. Oh, come on.
Always live
Mann,
on.
geh da doch nicht so rein.
This is going so bad.
Ein Gegner wurde geknechtet.
I don't even know what the rest of them are doing. Like, I'm not sure what, like how do you let
Your
Bologna
left
get 10
tower
to 0?
is under attack.
How do you let them start team fights at level 9?
More magma for the chamber. Kiloway's fury!
Let her run.
Himmel, Arsch
Let her
und
run.
Zwirn.
Just let her run.
Your right tower is under attack.
Focus on getting levels up.
Der holt sich einen nach dem anderen. Eier, wir brauchen Eier.
It's not immortal. He's lucky playing, but yeah. Oh, come on.
Turn.
Quarter of a
spielst wie eine
second and I
Flasche
could have
leer.
fucking blamed. Oh, whatever.
Your left tower is under attack.
Your powers are mine.
Your left tower has
Come on, we're down 19 kills.
My blade.
Ganze Fleischmann, Kill machen.
That's a,
Right.
we'll be right back.
My spirit will
Doppelkill.
always live on.
Das ist gut. So ein Feuer, Junge. Bam.
Your middle phoenix is under attack.
Der ist unaufhaltbar. Entweder packst du jetzt deine Tasche und fährst, oder aber du packst deine Tasche und gehst.
Kiloway's fury!
Eier, wir brauchen Eier.
I'm quick to interrupt. Scorch!
Bring it on. An ally has left the game.
Der ist unaufhaltbar.
Scorched earth!
Zwei auf einmal. Auf geht's.
My spirit will always live on.
Your middle phoenix is under attack. Your left phoenix is under attack.
Gänsefleischmann, Kill machen.
Himalayas fury!
Your right tower is under attack. Your middle phoenix has been destroyed.
Back off, buddy!
Your right tower has been destroyed.
Ameno.
Mighty sword!
Himmel, Arsch und Zwirn. Doppelkill.
Your titan is under attack.
You rock, you rock, you rock, you rock.
Cancel that!
Zeit zum Knüppeln. Ein Gegner wurde gebronkt.
The land itself watches.
That's what counts.
When you expect one thing to get done, it doesn't get done. Alright, see if we can auto lock Pele again. This even ends up being a terrible run. Terrible. The worst run in history. In all of history. In all of past, present, and future history.
Hey, good afternoon. What's good, folks? It's Tom Badger here in the place to be. Shouts to FG3000, but shouts to United. That's what we're doing right now. Now we've got the United Invitational year after year. Basically, what happens is if you
Why is the audio
win the
cutting in
World
and out?
Championship, you get to host a party. Good for you. We have sort of like a kinda all-star match thing. There's a whole bunch to get into. So let's roll right into it. Let me introduce you to my friends. You've never met them before, ever. It's Taco, it's Toli. What's good, friends?
Having a pretty good time. I'm about it. Ready to see what
It's always interesting to see North America and Europeans just kind of mix it up, and in a
Okay, I don't know if this is their
environment where
stream
there's
or if
not
this
that
is
much
my
really on the
computer that's
line.
having
There's
this
not that
issue.
pride that you're looking
I'm like 90%
for. It's just going to be a lot of
stream.
shenanigans.
Yeah, a lot of fun, and as these guys were implying,
Because I've never had an issue watching a stream in the background before.
we're going to mix it
Like at all. Never had a problem.
match. So basically, we've got a whole bunch of players that a couple of captains that we've pre-selected are going to pick from, and
All I know is it's really annoying. So we're just going to leave that on this screen over here. Paused for a while now that I've missed my fucking cue. Let's see if we can find somebody else that's streaming live and see how this goes. There's so many people streaming Warframe. Let's pull up somebody else's stream here real quick. See what we get for sound. Come on, you piece of junk. or what is eating up so much, like what's eating up all these resources. Maybe it's the animated theme. Let's go to a theme that's a little less animated. Maybe that'll help.
People in here and it's like, hey, you guys want to do this, or hey, you go do this, or whatever, or like, especially if it's a new player, like, hey, pick a mission you need help on, and then they just sit there for like 10 minutes. Guys, Horrid left us at $1 shy. Which one of you guys is going to put $1 in the pot so we can break $100 for Operation Supply Drop? Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got. Link, you'll probably have to do it on your phone, but type !OSD. Hey, there he is.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go with the non-animated one.
What the hell? Where the hell did he go? He spawned on me and then he disappeared, and I fell down. Is he up there with you guys? OSD. OSD. Operation Supply Drop. Did I say ODS? He spawned on me and then ran over to you guys. That was weird. Yeah, there you go, Panda. Does you guys want, like I said, guys, for every $500 we raise for this charity, I get to give away a collector skin of your choice from Warframe. For every $1,000 we raise, I get to give you guys 1,000.
Instant reduction on the, like, cut in half moving away from the animated one, so we'll just have to wait a while. Kill it. It's over again. He is watching me edit my stream while we... Can't believe I'm having to set all this up again. Really wish it would save sources that I create so I don't have to go through and create them all over again. Okay, should have audio again in the stream now. Now let's see if we can get the game back in the stream. They put the... You know what? It's in the right spot. I don't even care at this point. Yeah. I know how to work a computer. It's a brand new stream. Right now I'm having major issues. You would think with an 8th gen i7 I wouldn't have this many freaking problems getting things to run. That is not properties for Xbox Video. Thank you. Just had to rebuild the whole entire thing because it basically crashed on me. I couldn't get it to stop eating up all of my CPU resources, and it's doing it again, slowly climbing from 17% up to 40. Whatever, Streamlabs. Needs to go down that way. You need to come in here. You in. Yes, or you'll pick your god and you'll load into the game and you get to the loading screen and you'll sit there forever and then it'll blink out and it will send you back to the front screen, and then you can't get back in and you take a 30-minute ban. I think it's something to do with 3.14. I'm hoping they'll fix it with 3.15, like really hoping they'll fix it. Are going to where? Okay, so hi-fi is the computer stuff, cable input is the game music. Game sound, add source. Yeah, we're going live, okay. Xbox is going regular cable input. Just delete you. Okay. Let's add that broadcast back in here real quick.
Do you really know about trust? It could hurt my love, but you really got to try to have some.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well, because I feel like, you know, they should take that into consideration when they go to hand those out. Because there's been a few times that I've been kicked to the front screen that I've had to take a 30-minute ban for things that were definitely not my fault. Like on more than one occasion. The thing that drives me nuts is that the game like encourages you to report people. Like, oh, they didn't have a bad game. It was definitely intentional feeding. They weren't just like new or terrible. Anybody that doesn't know how to play a MOBA at all is like screwed on that good behavior thing. We're getting closer to this being a working stream. It seems to be stable. Audio quality's good now. It's not dropping every few seconds. At least it is when I'm listening to it through my phone. Game's running good. Cool. Thank you so much for the word I'm looking for here. The compliment though on the stream. I've been working pretty hard on it. It's gonna get a whole lot better come this next week. I've got a desk on the way. I've got a chair coming. I'm gonna get an actual capture card. A few other things. So massive work in progress. It's evolved over the last 10 days or so. I don't know what they're listening to, but I'm jamming out. Typically I do jungle. I've been picking up carry lately, and I did mid there for a little while. I'm not amazing at any role in any means. I think, what am I? I'm almost 30. I can almost do my ranked placement. I guess we'll see where I end up this round. Like, I feel like I'm okay, but there's times when we'll 5-man up, and I got a couple buddies that are over level 100, and we'll get in a game, and I just get spanked just left and right. Things that I thought would work just don't. Guess you're going solo, Loki. Who the hell do you think you are? What, did he just like leave the game? The countdown's not even done yet. He just exited his app. Whatever. See, these kind of things, like, it won't go away. I'm better off doing a reboot. Oh, smite. We got fix.pubg.com, now we need fix.smite.com. Lazy Fawn, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope you get away from that zombie, though, that's chasing your name around. I gotta change all that. Forgot that I set that all back to default. But really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hang around if you want to watch the 5.15 update show without having to be in the actual main stream. Just support a smaller streamer, still get all the same information, and we can chat about it. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really fun. Chat about it in live time. Well, as close to live time as we can get, like an 8-second delay. Let me get rid of StreamJar too. I don't know how to remove that from my list. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Yeah, I had 2 people disconnect in a game earlier that we were, you know, it wasn't going that well, but we could have come back from it. Like, we were that close to a deicide, the 2 of them just ended up standing there in mid lane and then just died, like, and disconnected. Because people can't stay connected at all right now. Not able to find a match for you this round. You were the highest priority for the next round. I'm gonna have like forever. So I have really mixed feelings about her. Mainly because I played Bakasura for like all of the 3 times weekend. I played him hard, and I really got jungle. I feel I got it down pretty well, and I can do really well with Bakasura. Even in late game, he can hold up. I'm not very good with Serket. She's a little tougher, and the Ratatoskr, I was playing him a lot. Both of them can hold themselves in the end game. Pele has no end game. She just gets wiped constantly. Like, if you don't build in a minimum of 2 defense items, you are not going to survive, and your DPS isn't even that great end game. Like, you can hit her ult, pop in there on a pile of people, slash that lightning 3 times, and not even put a dent like halfway down anybody. And I've tried power, I've tried crit, I've tried a bunch of different things. So I think they're tweaking some of her scaling so that she works a little better end game. Early game, she does amazing. Her clear is incredible if you pop the abilities the right way for like jungling itself. So and it's not like Baron Samadhi status. You know, Baron dropped and he was so unbelievably OP that everybody was playing him mid lane. Like there wasn't a single game that I ran the entire time that Baron was out that wasn't a mid lane Baron, and he was just mean and obscene. Whereas right now, you know, it's Pele gets picked almost every game because people want to auto lock her, but nobody's doing like so well that it's annoying. So I guess we'll see what happens when they give her a buff. It looks like we might be getting Chibi Amaterasu. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Way too much, like, and even still, I think he needs tweaked a little bit. Like his ult, like if a god's ult is gonna outlast beads, that's fine, but it shouldn't outlast beads, have that wide of a cone and that far of a pull. Like either they need to shrink the cone a little bit or they need to shorten the pull. Like one or the other. But he's still got a little too much right now, but he's much more bearable now. For any of you that are watching on different channels, whether you're on Mixer, whether you're on Twitch, you're on YouTube, obviously, the one that I'm talking to, I have a thing that's building the chat into all of them, so I can see everybody as they talk. So if it seems like I'm just talking to the air, don't worry. There is somebody engaging me. I'm not crazy. I'm really excited for this 2 times followers and stuff though, because I was hoping to try to get to rush her to diamond as fast as possible, and it actually might happen this weekend. Let's see if we get in the match this time. Oh no, my headset just died. I got no audio. Yeah, I'm one of those guys that spams the button until I auto lock the gods, but I can't blame you. Downside to wireless headsets, to rely on batteries. It'll probably never come off battery power once I get my desk and everything hooked up. Just have it wired constantly. Slaying hard. Should have seen my Fortnite earlier. I was getting slayed. 6 kills in 2 hours. Probably an average game time of about 90 seconds. I'm going for bottom of the leaderboard. That's going to be my legacy. So if I don't get that that glitch here, let's see what happens. Ooh, the game loaded. Look at that. Oh yeah, character's cool. It's the new one that just came out. It's Pele. She's a, what is she? Polynesian? I think it's a Polynesian god. She's like the god of like 8 different things. She's the god of like fire and volcanoes and war and something else. Like you know, Rome and Greece and all them is like they pick, you know, god of love, god of war, god of this. They give him one job. Pele's got like 8 in her lore apparently. I don't know what YYB stands for, but thanks for the luck. I'll take that luck. I'm gonna need it.
An ally has left the game.
Definitely gonna need it. I don't know what these guys are doing.
Do not overstep your bounds.
Your middle tower is under attack. Morreu o primeiro.
I'm quick to erupt.
Oh, YYB, good luck. Ha ha ha. She's the goddess of fire and volcanoes and something else.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your left tower.
There's not many gods that you can clear oracles at level 2 with, but Pele doesn't have a problem with it. Whoops. Oh well. I knew that was gonna happen. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here comes the chibi. Oh my god. Look how little she is. Bastet's finally getting a skin that's actually a cat, considering she's actually a cat. No. Hera, huh?
Welcome in, everybody. It's the 5.15 update show. I'll be your host, Aggro. And look, I say this every time. It's true every time. We've got a sick update show for you this time. We got bug fixes, all that kind of good stuff. We got a lot of teasers today, including some stuff about the next god, maybe even the tier 5 winner being announced on this update show. It is, but like it's a cliffhanger, so make sure you stick around. Make sure you find out who will be your tier 5 for this year's Odyssey. We've also got a new adventure to go over. It's going to be a big one. So
we know it's not me.
We'll start with going over some of those skins that you just saw. Those are part of the Divine Uprising. We'll start with Royal Champion Awilix. This one is not part of the Divine Uprising. This is tied to the adventure that we'll be seeing later on. I am super stoked about this skin because I hear there are some really cool things that you get to do that are very different from other Awilix skins. So excited about this one. Again, Royal Champion, part of the adventure bundle that we'll talk about in a little bit. Saw this one earlier on, Shadowclaw Bastet. Looking a little bit, this was teased as well, a little bit of a spoiler. Very cat-like. International Cat Day just came and went. Happy birthday to all the cats. Is it like every international cat's birthday? Is that how that works? I don't know. All I know is that dogs are better and I won't apologize. Riptide Poseidon up next on the list. Something that I'm very excited about. My man's looking clean. Shaved the beard down, looking really good. Hair flowing.
Is this supposed to be like a spin-off of...
Got a little Polynesian look. Man, I'm stoked about this skin. You guys should be too. Abyssal Acolyte Agni next up on the list. Couple mages. Is that another mage next? Oh, man, this is a good patch, guys. Good work, everybody on the art team. I see that you... no Zeus skin this time around. A little bit of spoiler, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Abyssal Acolyte, excuse me. Agni. He's very devout in his abyssal worshipping. At least the right head is. My goodness, look at that. Then Warp Tech Giannis. This one I'm also really stoked about. Very similar to a Zeus skin, actually. The Sky Tech, I believe the name of that one. This one, super cool. Wait until you see the effects on here. Also have a couple cool things to do with this skin, so you're in for a treat. Not as much of a treat, though, in my mind, as Sunny Chibi Amaterasu. I'm gonna keep it real with you, chat. I lost my mind when I saw this skin. When you see the things this skin does,
I just lost my mind.
You will also lose your mind. It is so cute that you would better call someone and make sure you're safe.
Does anybody think it's cuter than Pup Patrol?
Nope, we'll get into it later. It's fine. I will compose myself now and be ready for that when the time comes. The time now, though, is to send it over to Pon and just the best caster we could ever ask for. It's Graham Hindu Man Hadfield. Clap it up, everybody.
I mean, I don't know why we need to do that because everybody already knew that at home anyway, so it's no different than usual. Pon is joining me once again for balance bug fixes. And excitement, I guess, is the best way to put it. Pod, anything exciting to look forward to this week?
I think there's some interesting balance changes that people will enjoy. There's kind of a spicy item for hunters that like more the attack speed option.
Okay.
So we can get there.
You always worry me when you talk about hunters. I don't know why. It's just maybe season 4 all over again. In we go then with bug fixes. We're going to start things off with matchmaking. First of all, players now shouldn't be set to high priority for the next queue multiple times in a row while waiting for a match. Hooray! Why was that happening?
I mean, we just implemented a whole new matchmaking system. We're obviously keeping our eyes on it and tuning things to make sure that things are working well. And there's some cases where, yeah, you would get this pop-up, and then you get the pop-up again, you get the pop-up again. Now, if you get that pop-up, you should really be highest priority for the next match.
Okay, now on top of that as well, just so you're all aware, we're still going to continue some monitor matchmaking too. There's still improvements that may still happen if required to the state of matchmaking, so keep an eye on it, keep giving the feedback. It is good to get the feedback, positive or negative. On top of that, Spectator, we're fixing an issue where buff icons were not showing up next to gods on Spectator UI.
Yeah, fixed.
It took a year, but it's done.
It's there.
Yeah. And on top of bug fixes, we've also got Pele, fixing an issue where Pele would hear the drum sound from Magma Rush more often than intended.
I believe that's actually in the hotfix. I think that is live.
Fancy. Okay, well,
So
that's good.
Yeah, I've noticed the drums have gone away, so that's good.
If you got CC'd at a certain point, it just keeps acting forever. So it got very loud.
Lovely.
Very quick.
Circuit as well, we fixed an update the targeter for her Deathbane ability on the Dread Queen. Now that's just a small little list of some of the balance and bug fixes, but if you've been noticing the patch notes when they do get released, there's a hell of a lot more on there, so you can always go through and check to see that those are.
It's actually quite a big list.
They generally are, for the most part. On then to items, not too many this week, just 2, and it looks like we're looking at, first up, Blackthorn Hammer is going to be the first one. Increase the health from 350 to 450, but decrease the physical health from 30 to 25. Cost staying the same?
Yes, cost staying the same, everything else about it staying the same here. And the goal here is that we've seen this item get picked up a little bit. People are kind of experimenting
of course he had his ult.
And we actually see them succeeding when they pick it up. But people just generally look at this item and go, it's not powerful enough, it's not strong enough. So we're focusing its identity more towards being this pure tank item, giving it extra health, but taking away some of that physical power that causes it to be a bit more offensive-oriented, allowing you to really pick this up if you want to be that frontline warrior, getting the CDR or the mana generation, just keep on going. Just give this item more of an identity.
Sure, because it's going to be a catch-22 of like, well, I want damage or I want tankiness, and I don't get both from this, I get a bit of each.
Yeah, so now it's much more tank-focused.
Okay, we'll see how that works out. Silver Branch Bow, the next one on the list, the Hunter one.
Exciting.
The cost of this is going to be 2,200 gold, and it's going to build from Hunter's Bow.
So it's a tier 3 now. It's not a tier 2 anymore.
Then on top of that, it's going to have 20 physical power, 25% attack speed, 10 physical penetration, and a passive. The passive is for each 0.02 attack speed. 0.02? Yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
0.02 attack speed, you go over cap, which is 2.5 for you fans at home. You gain 1 physical power. Example, if you will go to 2.6 attack speed, you instead would go to 2.5 plus 5 physical power. How high over cap can you really go?
We were kind of messing around with some builds, and I think Apollo, especially with like a kind of heavier attack speed build with the passive proc, was getting some 45 power.
Really? So anywhere up to 45 power, technically, I guess the Ramas, the Artemises of the world can make use of this.
So anyone who generally has like an attack speed stim and often is limited from building these attack speed items because eventually you go over cap if the stim is active, you can now pop that stim, and it's actually quite beneficial for you. You get that extra physical power directly when you need it, when you have your highest attack speed, and generally other benefits online.
And it does have pen and a bit of power on it too, so that will help out with this. Let's see how Silver Branch Bow does on it, 2,200 gold. That's items. It's now on to God. It doesn't take long anymore. See how quick and
going through this.
Through run to. On her is getting a buff. Why on her buff?
He's just consistently kind of underperformed. We've adjusted him a few times, and he hasn't really come back in any substantial way. Adjustments before haven't really moved his win rate too much, and so we're going to go with a much more powerful buff here, directly increasing his power. Also making it sure that this ability, when you actually were looking at it, kind of figuring out what the ability does, you're channeling these beams that are doing these spears that are doing a lot of damage. But you are often better off just basic attacking. Like from a pure DPS perspective, you're just better off basic attacking because people are just using CC melee. But buffing the damage to really make compete against using basic attacks in the late game. Especially for him, he's kind of more ability focused anyway. He has like the Impale that can do a ton of damage, and then the ult, which really kind of screams ability, but he was better off basic attacking before.
So as you can see on the screen, 10 extra damage on Desert Fury, but also we've increased the physical power scaling of this too. It was 20%, it's now going to be 30%, so it's really going to swing now.
Yeah, that's an extra 90% total, I believe. Yep.
Pretty good.
Pretty substantial.
Expect to see some more Anhers in your games, and someone else that you've been seeing quite a bit of in your games is Artemis. She's next on the list. Still target, adding an additional audio sound that plays on successive basic attacks. If her passive triggered on the hit, the enemy was CC'd. So this is to give away her passive a little bit more, make it a bit more understandable, readable?
Yes, it's basically to make sure that you know when it's triggering. Like, it's kind of, it's pretty obvious when you do things like your 3 and you have that slow effect on them, you know that you're getting that increased damage. When other players have applied CC that you might not have noticed, and you start seeing that the damage number is hitting higher, you won't necessarily know if that was because you're passive or just because you're hitting for a lot of damage. So now you actually have a little bit of audio feedback to let you know that, hey, you're getting this passive effect right now.
After Artemis, he's on
You're really good.
Guess what? He's on the list. Don't worry. Baron Samedi.
That was really dumb.
A little bit of a nerf this patch to the right of the party. First of all, we're going to decrease the amount of hysteria per hit.
Running away, I would have figured. I would have figured he would have run away.
But we've also increased the self-slow while casting from 40% to 60%. So less mobility on this ultimate now.
Yeah, so less mobile and also more difficult to pull people in if you haven't built any hysteria.
Continue chasing.
Yeah, we've adjusted him quite heavily to now where he's in a much healthier spot. He released very strong. We've toned him down. Now he's in a much more healthy spot. But there's still the frustration factor of his ult feeling too hard to escape.
Thank you.
And he's a character that really wants to build hysteria on targets. He really wants to punish you for having the hysteria built up. But the ultimate built it so quickly that you're getting the full pull strength basically immediately without having to do any work prior. So now if you just use it on someone that doesn't have any hysteria, it's going to be a lot slower to pull them in because you're not getting the stronger pull speed for getting over the hysteria threshold.
Gotcha.
And you're going to be moving slower, so it's going to be harder to keep people in range while you're trying to build up that hysteria. So adding more counterplay.
A little bit more chance of you escaping it now overall. That's Baron. On to Kernanos next. He's going to get a bit of a buff this patch. The Wild Hunt, it was scaling mana costs. It's now just going to be 100 at all ranks. So a bit of a mana reduction there makes it a little bit more viable to use, I guess.
Yeah, there'll be less situations where you're in an extended team fight, which you can kind of get into with that lifesteal on his one, or it's kind of the slow to kite people. He'll have more opportunities to not be out of that mana range to actually get the ultimate off.
After that, it's on to another nerf that people have been asking for. Chernobog is going to get a little bit of a touch again this patch. Crystallized Curses decreased the base damage of the initial hit. It was 70 to 190. It's now going to be 70 to 170, so high-end change there. And Living Nightmare, we've decreased the mitigation scaling from this. It did go up to 40% at max, but start at 20. It's now still going to go up to 40, but it's going to start at 10, so it takes a little bit longer to ramp up. You're really going to get late game to get those mitigations.
Yeah, so overall in the early game, really the strength is that he is ulting across the map and getting this 20% mitigation, which is really hard to fight against. So we're toning that down, bringing it to 10%, so there's more counterplay option. In the late game, he really does need that 40% to really actually make use of this ability, because if you jump in, it's very easy for teams to collapse, especially because they build items at that point. So I still feel like that 40% is necessary for him in the late game. But his late game burst upon arrival was a bit too high. Toning down the top end damage with Crystallized Curses will help.
That's Chernobog. Next up, Fenrir with a little bit more love. Fenrir is now going to get a very interesting buff. Unbound Runes. Fenrir now gains 3 runes for getting an assist. So he used to get all his runes when he got a kill.
Yep.
Now he's going to get 3 for just assisting. So almost like Kali-esque.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of these passes that are like on kill, where it's very, very frustrating to lose the kill and then therefore lose all this benefit that you could be getting. You should still be going for them. Fenrir has a lot of ways to actually secure the kill on his own.
Sure.
But losing it to a teammate when it was actually the right call for that teammate to take the kill especially, you still get some benefit. You just need to get 2 basic attacks in to actually get everything else up.
Quick question about that though as well. You should be able to answer. Hopefully, I'm going to put you on the spot. If you've already got 2 runes already and then you get an assist, would it go to 5?
Yes.
Cool. So if you could actually time it nicely and like run away from a target after getting 2 basics, going, he's dead anyway, I'm ready for the next guy.
Yep, you can do that.
That's kind of nice. That's Fenrir. Pele then, the buffs that people are a little bit concerned about, potentially, because she's definitely a discussion subject here.
Yep.
First of all, it's going to be the increased base health. It was 440. It's going to go up a little bit to 460. Pyroclast, we're going to decrease the cooldown of this. It was 40, it's going to be 13. So 1 second off that. And finally, Magma Rush, increase the movement speed from 20% to 30%. So these are very, very small little adjustments that should help her, but at the same time not make her ridiculously strong.
Yeah, so I think the point here is it's actually kind of nice to have a god that statistically has, like our last few have kind of really statistically quite powerful. Right. She's actually underperforming across a lot of different metrics.
I do need Recon to carry.
Immediately coming into the game and just frustrating players with her raw power. And that's partially due to the fact that she's actually quite readable. You can actually see what's about to happen to you. You know when the knockups are coming. You know when she's ulted into you if you need to try and get out. And she has to actually skillfully land all her stuff. So there's a lot of counterplay available to her. But she is underperforming at basically all levels across the board. We're not looking to bring her into like OP territory. We just want to give her a little bit of adjustments.
I love the
to make sure that
floating
she can actually
Xbox
perform
icons.
well. So we targeted a slight increase to her survivability with 20 base health, a slight increase to her mobility to get around the map, which is a revert of a PTS nerf that we did to the unamped version of the 3, as well as lowering the cooldown on the 1. So not increasing the direct burst. We don't want to give her additional burst because she can be quite bursty, but allow her to more often get that double hit off, or if she's just looking to poke more freely.
It is one of those characters as well. It's going to take a little bit of players to get used to, so it's going to take some time for them to become good with this god. So I mean, they're not overdoing it to begin with is a good thing.
Yep, and these are just small adjustments that'll help her out overall.
That's Pele. On to another potential meta nerf that people
that should help.
Najat.
A little bit more
he got a
movement
lovely
speed,
little change
nice.
to his passive the other week, and now it's time for it to be touched a little bit there. We're going to decrease the base power from 1 per stack to 0.5 per stack on the Righteous Spirit. So obviously he was getting a lot of power in the early game, and that's where he was really shining for the most part. I mean, his mid and late was still the same way, but the early game is where the impact was. Is that one of the reasons?
That's the main reason. It's 20 power in the early game really makes it so that clearing is much quicker, ganks are much more impactful. Even if just walking and basic attacking, you feel that 20 power in the early game heavily. And the movement speed is already good enough thing to carry this passive out through the late game. So we're turning down the power to make sure that Naja still has this kind of early game pressure due to the good clear from
we just need the squad on, that's
but
what
not
we need.
something that's overbearing.
Okay. And last, but not least on the list, is going to be a top nerf here. Glyph of Pain, its ability no longer triggers any item effects. The Glyph of Pain was triggering it?
Yeah, so Glyph of Pain, it basically means any auto attack that goes through it or ability does a little extra bit of ability damage.
Right.
And that procs ability effects. And so this caused things like, for example, Soul Reaver. Every basic attack would proc Soul Reaver.
Gotcha.
Turning into basically a super chins. And
What's
so
wrong with that?
It's a bit powerful. It's especially at the top level. It's quite potent. So this is similar to the other things we've done with abilities where we look to if the item interactions are breaking things or causing unfun scenarios or making something perform way above what we expect it to. Sometimes we'll adjust the item, sometimes we'll just adjust the offending ability. In this case, we've adjusted the offending ability.
Well, that's it for all the items, gods, and bug fixes that I have for you're here, keep an eye out for the full patch notes coming out eventually when the patch is released. But for now, it's time to get rid of me and, well, cue the video.
Stream looks good? Good. How's the sound? How's the the mix and everything?
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry you had to deal with Pon, but at least you got Hindu Man to hang out with you, right? We'd all be so lucky. We just previewed the adventure in that spot, and before we get into it, I do want to introduce to you guys someone that's been working very hard behind the scenes, our brand director, Hi-Res Ryu, aka Richard. Richard, first of all, welcome to the update show. It's crazy you haven't been on here with me yet.
Yeah, I've been behind the scenes, just working, jumping to meetings and meetings.
That's right. Busy man. Richard is a very, very busy man. Richard, I just want to talk a little bit about your history and what you do. I mean, you've been working in MOBAs for over a dozen years. You were most recently working at Riot for League of Legends. Talk to me about what your impact has been from your perspective on SMITE.
Yeah, so I mainly focus on strategy, and I touch a little bit of everything, but I take credit for everything, I guess. But I don't really do anything. AJ does all the work.
He lets me take all the credit.
Yeah, no doubt. So the big things are, like with AJ, I collaborate
Voice
with
is
him
a little
on
low.
God's calendar.
That can
really
be
exciting to
mostly
work with
fixed
him
by
to get
doing
some
this.
gods that I personally wanted.
See how
for a
that
long
sounds.
time, including
Could
Baron,
also be because I've got this video up
and,
so loud. That might be part of it.
Hera. Yep. So I've been waiting to get.
Because I think I turned the microphone down purposefully.
We're gonna actually be previewing Hera in just a little bit. So just after the adventure, you'll get your first peek at her. Richard, we hear a lot, since you're brand director, that I think you're the best person to ask this to. We hear it all the time. Every game gets it, but so does SMITE. SMITE is dying. That's what we hear it all the time. What do you have to say about that?
No. Real talk.
No.
Real talk.
No.
SMITE is doing an amazing.
I figured it'd be something entertaining other than just hosting SMITE TV, is just to throw it in the corner.
The gold thing we had for Xbox, we had the most new users of all time ever on Xbox, so it's great to see. And looking at the future, just this week we hired a technical director solely on SMITE, and right now he's focusing on quality of life features, making it stable. And just 4 weeks ago, we hired the release manager from Fortnite, and he's really focusing on project management and getting us along.
See, SMITE's going to make it. They're going to break into the esports hard.
That's really awesome. Yeah, getting a lot of new talent involved and trying to make SMITE.
And then we're going to keep growing too. So SMITE has about 100 people dedicated solely on SMITE, and to get prepared for next year and figure out what you want to do.
I just posted a whole bunch of jobs in my alumni Facebook group. I'm getting tons of hits. It's
Shit.
really exciting.
Nice. Thought I had that one.
Richard's team a lot on all these.
I really thought I had that one.
The recent God updates and adventures. Richard's team is what made them really get
hardcore. Thought I had that one.
Really excited about this year.
Well, speaking of adventures, let's talk about the most recent one then. It's new and it's old in the best of ways, right? The old classic Joust map. AJ, you're the Joust main.
Ooh,
right?
what are they doing to Joust?
This is where
we made all your solely for him, so you can actually compete.
Right. Yeah. I have so much experience on this map that people don't think I should be able to do my job. That I've spent so much time on this map.
So this map should be just perfect, right? Like
you got
this
it
all
map,
locked in.
It has some pros and some cons.
Ooh, are they changing Joust map?
All designs do.
Sure.
Every type of game mode has certain things you can excel at, certain things you can't. And the old Joust is really fun. It really does. It brings a lot of different strategies than the current Joust.
Right.
There's a lot of things you can still do the same, but you have a very different jungle layout. The starting meta, which jungle camp you start at, and the time you make rotations. There's really hard right angle turns there. And the way you can gank people and cut them off their lane because the geometry is so big there, you can't escape easily. There's a lot of hot plays you can make on this map.
Well, Richard, as you mentioned, we have a lot of new players coming from that gold promotion and things like that. So some of our people watching out there may not have ever played on this Joust map. They're equal lanes of the jungle to each side. That's what you're seeing right now. And then in the middle is your traditional Joust lane. Right. Definitely a different starting strategy, but no bull demon king, anything like that. This is kind of a much more, just brawl it out.
You are gonna die, tank boy. Thank you.
It's also, as you can see, this is where the name Joust came from. If you're a newer SMITE player, it started as a map themed around it, and we kept the name as we changed the theme. So yeah, this is a really great travel back for those players who are joining us new. Like we've had so many new players that never gotten to check this out before, so now you get to see it.
And Christian's team did a great job of updating the artwork. So it's the Joust that you know, but it's artwork. It's fresh. It looks great. The environment art is
It's not
beautiful.
those weird people in the crowd from
Hey
the old
man,
Joust
they're still
map.
people. They're still people. Don't judge them. Don't judge them.
They've had a tough life to
They
get to
saw
that point.
a lot of AJs dying back in the day.
It was updated one time a while back, but I was really impressed at what our art team could do with it, with the little touch-ups here. It looks really nice.
It's nice. Like it's not. It's bright in all the right areas, but this little area, like very dim, but lit by those fires, and it has the right sort of. It's got a shading that I think the old map didn't really have, a character to it, almost that the old map didn't really seem to have. And this one, I think it looks phenomenal. Talk to me about some of the new customization options that are coming with this adventure.
Yeah, so with this adventure, you'll be able to earn a new type of player achievement, which will be able to earn a title. So you can actually be a Sir or Dame, and as you can see here, this Artemis on screen is Sir Back to the Pawn. I think.
Of course, yeah.
Thanks, Pawn, for the.
I want Sir next to my name. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so you can actually get that if you play the adventure and unlock through the quests. You'll be able to unlock that through the character account. You can show that off in the game.
I should have waited. I should have just gone around the other corner, waited another 2 seconds, so the mouse could have come down a little further.
To stay into the adventure, that's really cool. So you can be knighted for all future game modes.
You sure can if you're a true Joust main
and everything like that. That's really cool. What was the decision-making process like, Richard, to decide to bring back this class?
You know, we wanted to do something that's just long requested, a crowd favorite, something that's an homage to the fans.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. It's the core gameplay that you know and love, and you can play this. You can still play the old Joust, the new Joust. However you want to do it.
Why not both, right?
Why not both?
Yeah.
Exactly. AJ, you can only queue for one Joust, though. Which one are you going to choose?
You know,
we all know that's all you queue for. So.
Yeah. I want to play this one for a little while. You know, it's going to be back. I'm going to get my time in.
Limited time only. Yeah, exactly. Got to take advantage while you can.
See you later, Jedi. Appreciate you stopping by.
You know, Bacchus, you know, you'll be able to play Bacchus finally, because ranked Joust, you never get to play Bacchus, because first pick ban every time.
Bacchus ranked us right now, man. That's the good stuff.
There are going to be some interesting comps. Like I said, sieging is so important here, so you'll have to be even more flexible with your team composition.
If you love to play Chang'e and Bacchus, this is the mode for you. I will let you know that right now. We already talked about this Sir and Dame sort of customization options for your player name. What other sorts of features can you get by playing this adventure?
So first of all, you will see that we made a couple environmental changes to the map. We'll change this side of the map to give it some better asymmetry, so you can tell which side of the map you're on. We're also going to have a whole set of quests and achievements you can earn for playing the adventure. You're going to be able to unlock chalices. As they rank up, you'll be able to earn all sorts of cool exclusive skins from SMITE history, as well as a couple new really cool customization features. They
just pulled down Gold Fury.
Loading frame, loading screen, and avatar, I think. So all themed around that really nice new Willis.
Nice. I was just about to tell you, again, Royal Willish, yes. A Willish.
I pronounce god names wrong every now and then, so I'm cool with the Willis.
No, it's we're up to 90 something. You know, it's hard to keep.
I keep mispronouncing the god. Yeah, I gotta correct you.
That's right.
I always say, as long as the god says their name correctly, we're good.
We're good.
The rest of us,
that's right.
Salt. Sprinkle some salt on it.
They are the gods, and a Willish or new skin that comes with this adventure. It's going to be looking really good. Speaking of new gods and things of that nature, let's talk about Hera. You mentioned her, Richard.
Yeah, our queen. You know, I'm super excited about Hera. You know, so I think what back in November we were debating about the god calendar, and I was like, you know, as a player and looking at Reddit, people have been asking for Hera for a long time. Why haven't we done it? And, you know, truly, it's just really hard to define that.
Here comes a good part. I got to take a phone call, so listen to Hera. Listen about Hera.
Developing that character, analyzing what does it really mean, because in mythology, there's a lot of stories about her.
Yeah.
But they're sometimes not really fully fleshed out. So what really stuck with me is Iliad. And oh man, she's a boss in the Iliad, where she controls, really influences Aphrodite and Athena to do her bidding. She also has powers to polymorph people. There's just so many things you can do with Hera. So I'm just excited to get my queen into the game.
I really need to read the Iliad. A little backstory for me. I took Latin class in high school. and I was going to take AP Latin, but the AP Latin class, all you did was translate the Iliad.
Like the Aeneid.
Yes.
I took AP Latin.
Sure, yeah. And so it was, I went in and they told me that, and I was like, I'm dropping this class.
Right.
I do not want to do that.
I failed that AP test real hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of those ancient texts, there's a lot of them. And Hera does a lot of things, right?
Right.
We have to really look at this really wide story and how we can put that on orbit.
Sure.
So we took the extra time, really thought about Hera, talked with the artist. We want to make her gloriously regal, right? She is the queen of the gods. Like Zeus is the god of thunder, Pele is the god of volcanoes, fire, but she is the goddess of gods, right? So that's an interesting theme to work with.
Sure.
But I think we've got some really cool ways to
Twitch chat
make
right
it
now
happen.
is telling us to show Hera. I bet you they're telling us to stop
Then
talking. If I can imagine,
we can talk as we show you guys the concept.
Yeah, let's get it up there while we talk.
We can't show you anything about the abilities quite yet, but a lot like we've done for Pele in the past, where we're going to show you guys this concept art, and we're very much looking for your feedback. Is this what you expected to see from Hera and Smite? Things of that nature. But I mean, you were talking about that regal nature, AJ, and it looks like that's exactly what you've got going on.
Right. We wanted to make it sure that just in her visual appearance, you can tell she is a powerful, strong leader, a ruler.
Yeah.
And that she is just and fair, but that means she can be a very strong ally or a very intimidating enemy.
Sure.
And I think we kind of the artist did a great job of defining what you. Taking the elements from lore where has peacocks around her, cows and nature often around her. You can see from her dress. There's quick homages to the peacock look. It's just, I think they did an incredible job with the colors and everything. I'm excited to see the character that I've always wanted in the game.
Yeah. She looks great. One of the only words I remember from Latin class, peacock, is pawo.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple peacocks, pawona.
Aggro the education.
It's funny what you randomly remember.
Oh, I know.
I always remember walk, ambulo, ambulare.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a walker, right?
Crane, polyspastos. My favorite Latin.
We're talking, we're showing this work in progress. It's definitely concept art.
Right.
We're doing it because we want your feedback. We even though we don't respond to everything because we're always running around, we really listen and read every single thing. Your feedback on Pele helped us make a better goddess.
Definitely.
You know, we spent a lot of time really defining her look and feel, including her facial features. I've been reading the comments about Isis. You know, you're right. And then for future models, we really want to take that time to really make characters that resonate. And you know, I'm just super proud of Pele, from the art team, the design team.
And from our community.
Amazing job. The community giving us feedback.
Which is a clear part in the process.
Right on. So thank you so much for giving us feedback about positive and critical feedback. The positive feedback, someone made an amazing post. I saw, you know, like congratulating the team. And you know, that really made our day. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, really good stuff, guys, from you at home. And make sure you get your feedback in again for Hera. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. I'm excited to see a little bit more about Hera in the coming weeks and things like that. But for now, let's throw it over to Avrin and the one and only, the great Hindu Man.
I could really get used to that intro every single time from Aggro. I'm not going to lie, it's probably some of the best work he's ever done. Joining me on the desk today is one of the most famous people known to you guys in Mixer Chat for the most part. It's Hera Zombie. Finally, she's been revealed to the wild.
I did it. I'm here.
Have you
let
all
me out.
Eventually. Well, what are you here for? First of all, what do you do? Obviously, the ones that don't.
So I am.
You drop codes, right?
I do drop codes. I'm a code bot.
Have
I'm
you
a
been
vending
dropping
machine.
codes for this?
No, not for the show. This is what happens when I'm a Patchwork show. There's no one there to drop the codes. Scotty Bot can't do it alone.
Did you normally drop codes?
No.
So why say you would get codes in the future if you got on the show? Don't make the mistakes. They're going to think it's going to happen now.
But they behave.
So what is it you do other than dropping codes?
So I am the SMITE esports community manager, which means I spend a lot of time lurking in Mixer Chat. I work directly with our community, with our players, the people who tune into our broadcasts, getting their feedback, trying to make their experience better, working with our partners to help make that happen, and I spend a lot of time memeing on SMITE projects.
That is also pretty true. She does do that. If you do need to get in touch with Elvie, then obviously she's always going to be available. This is more of like an intro, so you know what she looks like and how she deals with things, and you know who to go to for anything esports related. Esports related, however, this week, what have we got going on?
We've got the E-United Invitational happening this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, we have all-star rosters hitting the battleground for an Ultimate Showdown.
An Ultimate Showdown. You've already seen the draft rosters, but on Saturday, it's going to be Skillshot versus pros. And here's the pros that were selected by you, the viewers, to take part in this match. It's going to be Panda Cat, the player that basically doesn't speak or do anything of entertainment apart from by blink. Baskin, who gets carried by his team for 3/4 of the year and has one superstar game. Captain Twig, who used to be pretty good at this game, but then once upon a time made lands all the time and now doesn't. Jeff Hinler, I mean, he just is a bot that dies for the rest of his team. And Deathwalker, who people seem to think is pretty good, but he's not because Skillshot are going to deal with him too. Now, obviously, the Skillshot team, you'll find out later. We could have shown it you now, but I'm not going to. I think it's better to save it for the actual day. When could they tune in to watch this, RV?
They can tune in Saturday and Sunday. We start both days at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern.
Eastern on 11 on Saturday, 11 on Sunday. But not only that, we've also got World Champions.
Did he just spend like the last 3 minutes shit-talking every member of that team that's competing in his game? Or did they ask him to do that?
So there's going to be lots of tickets you can go over and get for yourselves there too. HighRiseExpo.com to get those tickets, 16 to the 18th. You're going to be there, right?
Yes, of course I'm going to be
You're
there.
going to be in chat?
Yeah, I'll be out. I'll be like IRL chat. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be out and about. I'll show my face.
Not only that, though, there's also the after party. Now, we always mention this because there's only a limited window for the after party tickets. If you're going to be coming there to DreamHack, make sure you go and get your after party tickets too.
Party down like a god.
I don't know where the website is. Do you know?
It is hrxafterparty.eventbrite.com.
There you go. She's doing a job. Wow. Awesome. So, and I think we can tell one more thing before we head over for the skin segment that you're going to be playing this weekend.
I am dragging my Wood 5 self out onto the battleground for what I believe will be my first game of Conquest in Season 5.
What role are you playing?
A support.
Okay. I understand. That makes a lot of sense. Well, that's it for the community esports section. Make sure you tune in this weekend to see more of our going forward as well. Send her all the information esports related. If you don't like something or you do like something, let her know. I don't have to listen to it then. Let's head over to Aggro to go through some of those amazing skins, mainly the Chibi Amaterasu.
Wait, that's going to be last. We got plenty of skins to get to, though. But thank you for the flawless throw anyways, Graham. I truly appreciate it. Look, before we get to the skins, I do want to say I will be involved in that Skillshot versus pros. And me, Aggro, look, I know that we're going to be in serious trouble. So I'm going to have to call in an alter ego that you guys will get to see tomorrow. Be ready, because that alter ego will absolutely dominate. I, on the other hand, would get farmed. Luckily, I'm not playing. The other me is. Anyways, skins time. Let's join us here. Tina, back. It's been forever since you've been on the update show. So glad to have you back. Chris and Ben as well, who have been holding it down in your stead and doing a great job of it.
You're welcome.
Welcome back, Tina. We're glad to have you until you say something you shouldn't have said, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
We're back.
We're back. Yeah, exactly. We have arrived. Well, let's get right to it then with the Awilix skin that was part of the adventure. We saw a little bit of a preview of it earlier on. It's Royal Champion Awilish.
That's pretty cool.
Joust, like we got the new Joust map coming back. She would dominate the Joust map with all this armor. She's looking ready.
Yeah, she is definitely not like
Jousting.
And battle.
And she can do both on the classic Joust
And
map.
she's riding a really cool lion.
That also
His name
has
is
armor.
Charles.
I was gonna say name him.
His name is Charles.
His name is Charles.
Tina made
Okay.
sure
Short
he
for
had a name.
Charlemagne.
Ah, okay. I like it. I mean, you need.
He's named after my dad, Charlie.
I thought your dad's name was Charlemagne, and I was like,
No,
oh my
my
god.
dad's name is Charles.
Oh
But I
man.
call him Charlie.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't mount my dad, but
Wow.
Wow, that
We're off
took
to a great
exactly
start.
56
Tina, please.
seconds. Anyways,
Wow.
Anyways, with this Joust map, you need someone that can. Traditionally, you're riding a horse in order to joust, so I think Awilish is the perfect selection for this adventure skin. What kind of inspiration did you guys use to get this armor right and everything about this aesthetic?
Well, a big thing, I mean, the cat is really where we want to go with this. We're like, we want to make a nice bit of armor for her, but what we really wanted to sing with was like, she has this awesome cat, but she doesn't have a lion. And we were like, this could fit in so well. Let's really just dial that up a lot. As far as her armor, it's just a really cool kind of high-level fantasy, like, knight armor, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like slender because obviously she's a female and stuff like that. So it's like graceful, agile, but it feels really strong and powerful. But the cat, man, that's That's really what we really want to work with on this one.
It seems like for a lot of the Awilish skins, this is where a lot of the focus goes, is onto Suku and,
I mean,
what
like,
her look is like.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like she's part of the god, right? It's
Right.
like a two-piece deal here, right? It's not just Awilish. You have to make sure that the cat is just as much detail, right?
Certainly fits alongside her in this one. The audio, it sounds like there's a lot of metal moving. It kind of like fits along with the theme that she has on, that clanking sort of sound. For you, Chris, what were some of the challenges that this skin brought to your team?
So one thing that's completely unique to this skin at the moment, and we're kind of using it as a test case, Awilish can actually use all of her emotes while she's riding the cat on this skin.
Oh yeah, that's the cool stuff.
She also has an additional VXG that we've added to this. In order to get that to work, which we've never done before, we had to kind of augment the tech and allow her to wave and clap while she's riding. So we want to see how this works. Obviously, we need to test it in PTS to make sure it's fleshed out. But if it is working and the community really wants it, it's something we could retroactively add to the other skins in the
wow!
future.
So this is something that we could see from Renegade Awilish to the Midnight, whatever that one's called, the community one. That's really cool. Like that's really awesome. Imagine like your team is sieging against you and she does that like little spear spin and like rallies the troops. Like you're never defending that. No chance. No way that's happening. Let's take a listen to the voice back here from World Champion Awilish.
Attack left lane. Defend middle lane. Defend right lane. Attack the Titan. Attack middle tower. You joust splendidly. Have you been hit in the head with a lance a few too many times? I am
Her taunts
the
are crazy.
Bravo! I'll defend the Titan. Just about enough of all of you. I jest.
Are you? AJ's over there like, God damn it.
I just assume all the time that
He's
AJ is
laughing
shaking
at me.
his
He
head.
is actually laughing at me from freaking over there. I can see you.
That's okay. That's what we're going for, right? It's a joke.
Oh,
that's what
wait,
that's what
the
you
most
want.
important thing,
Yeah.
Charles also talks. Charles is voiced by Chris Sabat. He did me a really nice favor because I asked him like, hey, last minute, Richard really wanted that Charles talk, so could you please be Charles? And he did a really good job with Charles.
So will Charles just like interject whenever
When you
Awilish-
summon him or when you call him, he'll be like, yes, milady, or, I will pamper you now, or...
Perfect. You won't be able to do that right now.
If Pawn does some stuff.
Right. You won't be able to do that right here with this current build, but during PTS that should be ready, and of course during the live release. So make sure you go check that out in order to hear Charles and his kind words to his lady Awilish. Next up, Shadowclaw Bastet. This. What was that now?
My favorite.
Ah, yes, your favorite. Did you celebrate International Cat Day the other day,
sure
Tina?
did.
Is it every cat's birthday? Is that how that works? Like, why do we celebrate that day?
It's just to love them, even though they probably won't love you back, but just love them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. I'm glad that your cat got some love then on International Cat Day. And certainly here, Bastet got some love with this skin. Her first real, I mean, she looks very feline during her base model and every other skin that she has really, but this one is the first true cat sort of persona.
Yeah,
we wanted to do something that was like, oh man, like it'd be really cool with like some of the, the last skin you saw was very kind of like high fantasy. We're like, let's do something that's like kind of in that vein, like a thief kind of thing for Bastet. And Tina was really pushing on the cat face. So like, you know what, man? That'd be really cool. We have kind of like a pseudo blend now, but we haven't gone like full cat.
Right.
So yeah, Tina super involved in that process.
I just imagine Tina like pounding on the table like she needs a cat face.
She made that little sound, this little squealy sound you heard earlier. That was what we heard. I was like, okay, you got it.
Yeah, make it work. What are you supposed to do against that? There's no counterplay to that. Trust me. Some dark effects though. That thief is that kind of the you mentioned that. That seems like the overwhelming theme here.
A very shadowy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wait till you see your cats.
We saw a little bit of the cats earlier, but I love they are dark. They've got like some wraps on them and that kind of stuff. Like
the materials are very like smoke shadowy kind of feel to them.
Yeah.
Shadow cats.
Shadow cats. As if cats weren't mean enough already. Now they're from the shadows.
Good lord. Yo, they sound
my
vicious,
God.
man. Feed your cats, man.
Dark alley fighting right there.
That is, this will not be happening to you. Trust me, that won't happen.
And
but
she's got a floofy tail.
Floofy tail.
Very
floofy tail.
I wanted to put a dagger in. Again, the concept was so like, oh man, she's like a thief cat. Like you would think that she'd use that tail to like just extra appendage. Yeah, exactly, right. Tina was like, no, floofy tail. And she was like, wouldn't stop till we just. I was all right. Floofy tail it is. Fine, you're right.
Hold on. Why can't a floofy tail hold a dagger?
There's a couple of technical reasons why it couldn't work, but the biggest voice in the room was Tina. So we were like, all right, she knows cats. We'll give her this one.
Look, Ben, you and I both know that she could easily pick up a dagger with that floofy tail and stab someone.
We know the truth.
You and I have an understanding. Is what I'm trying to say. Exactly. Well, let's take a listen to the voice back here for Shadowclaw Bastet.
Attack middle lane. Attack left lane. Defend middle lane. Attack middle lane! Attack the Titan! I like you. I do what is needed of me. You must be the bounty hunters. Catch me if you can. More than one way to please a fool. I once stole an item and sold it back to the owner. They didn't even know.
What are these bounty hunters that are coming after you? You know, what's the? Usually you have like backstories for these sorts of things.
So for her, she has a hairball right now. So let her hairball for real quick.
Okay,
Okay, never mind. Usually she's like, I wrote her kind of as like a meaner Robin Hood. She cares for her tribe. She steals from the really rich people and gives back to her people.
But she handles it.
Yeah.
Floofy tail and all.
Floofy tail and all.
Love it. That's Shadowclaw Bastet. Next up, Riptide Poseidon. This is one that I was really excited about. Yeah, he's ripped. All right, I'll say. Jesus. And this is not a tie dad because he's not wearing anything that could get stained. I mean, I guess his pants could, but he's living in the ocean. Like he's gonna wash off anyways.
There it is.
You thought we had evolved at all? That implies that we were anywhere but the basement here, Chris. Come on now. This Poseidon, most of the Poseidon, his normal skin, I mean, you look down at his little icon there, big, fluffy beard, white hair. This is young man Poseidon in his prime, basically.
Yep. With all the Polynesian stuff going on, we wanted to think of like, okay, how can we have a younger Poseidon? We're like, you know what? This would be really cool if we had like a young Polynesian version of Poseidon, right? So he's like over on the Pacific, just kind of like chilling, like, and wait till you see his creatures that he's brought to come play, man.
Creatures?
Yep.
It's a little ray. Dude, that is so cool. Riding the wave there. I love it. That looks really, really awesome. Ooh, I can't wait to see what the Kraken is, but we'll get there in a moment. The tattoos seem to have a lot of really intricate detail as well, kind of taking a page out of what we did for Pele.
Oh yeah,
with those sorts of things. The model just seems to be very. It just emanates that strength.
Those tattoos, man, they are no joke. It took me like I worked on Pele's tattoos with the artist Trevor, and it took me like 5 or 6 hours just for the tattoo.
Really?
On her leg, it was crazy, dude.
Dang.
They're really intricate if you look in there.
That's really awesome. There's the Kraken.
It is.
It's a giant striped shark.
Hammerhead, dude.
That is.
So both the manta ray and the hammerhead shark have like the same kind of like tattoo feel as he has.
Okay.
So they're not just your regular kind. They got like a little bit of flavor to them.
It's not your regular manta ray that you summon on a tidal wave that you shoot from your trident like we can all do. This is very specific.
Yeah, it's really cool looking.
I cannot
that is
believe
really
that
awesome.
we managed to push this out 45
Chris,
minutes.
this skin, do these sorts of creatures that have this sort of texture and that kind of thing, like it seems
crazy
like little
long
different
game.
animations there. What do these do for your team, and are they challenging in that regard?
Yeah, it basically takes us making a whole new set of deployables for a skin like this because it's different from his basic wave, his basic Kraken that normally comes out on his other skins. So obviously modeling, rigging, animation, everyone has to get involved for this big group effort.
Yeah, it looks really, really awesome. I was just realizing Poseidon's come a long way from the old fish feet that he used to have, you know?
And that's another thing too, you know, we're talking about all the cool stuff going around him. Like, I mean, like, he just had this big old beard, man. It was really hard to make this work with, like, taking that away. I think he looks pretty good, but if you saw like the amount of work that goes into removing a beard on this guy, it's not as simple as just going to the barber and handling that.
Right,
you know?
it's not a simple, drag across it and delete. You got to fill in what's under there and that kind of stuff. The Trident also has that really nice texturing of the water whenever your tide meter gets high. I'm in love with this skin. I'm going to keep it real with everyone. I cannot wait to play it. Let's take a listen to the voice pack here for Riptide Poseidon.
That's a pretty cool skin.
Defend middle lane.
All right, I'm going to go take a quick little break here, but keep watching, keep enjoying. It's just going to be a blank webcam here for a second, and we'll get some more gameplay going.
Waters. You're really something. Awesome. Really. My mom, Queen of the Seven Oceans, would always tell me, if there's a whale, there's a way.
Why would she tell him that? Why? That doesn't make any. That is horrible advice. That doesn't even do anything for you. The voice, like, it's very. This is just man mode, Poseidon.
so
Like this is what this is all about, right, Tina?
The guy who voices this is the voice from Megatron. So
it sounded familiar,
dude.
That's so
yes,
cool.
it was really funny because when he was voicing it, I was like, okay, you're going a little too Megatron. Like I can hear like Megatron. Like
listen, you can't get rid of that gravel in the voice.
Right?
Like
I was like,
smoking under the water, you know.
I'll tell you what. My voice. I'm very aware that it is not the most sexy broadcast
You're gonna start
voice
like making
of all
these
time.
sounds after you come under.
One of my teachers in college told me that the best thing I could do for my voice if I really wanted to get it broadcast ready was to smoke and drink a ton of whiskey. And I was like, that is horrible advice to give to someone.
Next on the Patch Note Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, next skin on the list. It's Abyssal Acolyte Agni. It's me, Riptide Poseidon, giving you the skin preview.
All right, that's all I can do.
It's good, man.
It's gonna hurt my voice.
Roll out.
Look, the opposite of that. This skin, this kind of reminds me of another Poseidon skin that we've done, actually. That he's got an abyssal skin to him, so now Agni kind of taking that mantle from him, but only half of him, it looks like. The two-headed god kind of works here.
So with this, we have a lot of these tentacle face guys, and it's a thing people like. So we're trying to do something where it's like, okay, let's take that, but try something with a little more narrative involved, right? That's something we're trying to do with some of these guys, as you've seen Tina like creating, like Charles has got a whole like thing behind him. We want narrative to be a thing that we can play into some of these skins, and this was kind of a thing where it's like we got this warlock who's trying to summon this guy, this abyssal dude, into this like realm, right? And something happened with this spell that like messed it up, so now it like became part of him, but it like fully didn't. It's like merged with him. You know what I mean?
Sure. So he was a one-headed normal acolyte person before this.
Trying to channel the guy into this realm, and all of a sudden, like, oh shit, the spell messed up. And
Now I've
he's,
got
like,
two heads.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at those
tentacles.
veins.
The tentacles that lay down with that flame, the path of tentacles, I suppose.
Yeah, so we wanted to have that being a lot of the abilities. They kind of like really like his hand. You can see it's like a tentacle kind of thing. We wanted to leverage that in a lot of the abilities.
Like you said, we have a couple of these sorts of theme of skins. Chalk has one. Poseidon has one. But getting this sort of feel to look like it does still feel like fire almost with that path. Chris, what did your team go through to try and make it still maintain that fire feel, but actually still look like the same sort of theme?
Yeah, I mean, this was a huge effort on the effects team to get this stuff. They really knocked it out. Just like the other skin we just saw, the Flame Wave on Agni has a new deployable as well. So you see the little tentacles coming through.
Oh yeah, on the Flame Wave.
Yeah.
There are tentacles on each end to kind of roll it forward there. So that's completely new. No other Agni skin has that.
That's
I really
right.
feel like there needs to be some noise with those tentacles, like or something.
We should just get that sound. Just record that sound right there.
Done.
Because,
Audio complete.
They're coming towards you. You can't even hear them.
I
feel like it needs some like.
I don't think
noise.
Hindu Man will attest to this. We had a game where we were casting the Poseidon skin that's kind of like this, and I was saying that for his tidal wave because it's got like that tentacle that like chomps in front of it.
Wet slap.
It does, right?
Yeah, you and I are on the same wavelength right now. I think mine was more like chompy and less like disgusting mouth noise from ASMR, but like we could make it work, I suppose.
Even like the asteroids that come, or like the fire things that come from the sky, they're more of like a tentacle asteroid kind of thing.
A big amalgamation.
What?
If you can
stuff.
I don't know if you can slow it down.
Yeah, let's get into some
might be a
slow
little
mo
hard.
here. Upon the slow mo master, so I'm not even concerned. about all this. Wow, that took a lot of effort. Apparently, it is really cool. It looks like it changes
as much. Yeah, it's like moving around and everything.
Whoa,
really
that
creepy.
is so cool.
It's like a alien hot pocket. Look at it. Oh, it came back up.
It sure is an alien hot pocket. That's
Look
exactly what I was
it's
thinking.
Square.
Look
at it.
And that's where the similarities to a hot pocket end. that it has edges. I noticed the one as well. It seems to have that little like pattern to it. Does that persist the entire time that it's down?
Well, you can see right here. There's like there's like a trail. So the tentacles go, but there's like a trail behind it. The persistent part of that.
Cool. So yeah, here's the noxious fumes that'll detonate. Oh, that's like some veins going on. In there whenever you end up detonating.
There's a lot of movement too going in the actual like if you can kind of see more of the front view of the character, like there's a lot of like subtle movement going on. It looks really cool.
That's really, really awesome. Once we get a look at the front view here, and as you mentioned, half man, half not man.
Squid man.
Squid man.
The Mr. Tentacles on one half, I suppose. Let's take a listen to the voice back here for Abyssal Acolyte Agni.
Attack! Attack middle lane! Defend middle lane! Attack the Titan! I have been to the other side. You seem like you would fit well there. I know more now than you'll ever know in 10,000 lifetimes. You did! Fine. I am all-powerful! Oh, this book, it's nothing sinister, just 50 Shades of Purple.
There's your weird gargle noise that you were looking for.
Is this? Can you go back to the front of him? Is he like throbbing?
Yeah, that's
from
what
his
tentacles.
chest?
That's what tentacles do.
Like-
He's pulsating a bit.
Where?
Pulsating.
In the
Yeah,
material.
Right there, right underneath the right arm. It's bulging a little bit. Yeah, it's
a little water still going on over everything too. You see it?
Yeah. Ooh.
Sliminess.
I definitely feels like you were saying, Ben, it's the acolyte that has been taken over, but it's not like he's totally lost himself. It's like he's accepted this
He's
new.
like, oh man, I blew it.
I guess I'm just gonna be all powerful now. Like I guess that's kind of the thing. All right, this one I've been really excited about. Warp Tech Giannis. I'm excited because I mean I've been excited about the last two skins because I play a lot of those gods. I play a lot of Giannis, and this also fits in with the theming of a previous Zeus skin that we've done. And I can only imagine what sort of effects we get to do with that Giannis, who is a super cool space robot. That's what he looks like to me.
Yeah, we're really digging the robot stuff. We've seen a lot of people enjoying this, so we're trying to expand it to other gods and see what we can do with them. And this one, I think, came out really well.
Yeah, it looks really, really awesome. And let's take a look right away. I just got to get straight to the portals and see what everything looks like there. I will tell you, I get asked all the time on my stream what my favorite skin in the entire game is. And it's a Giannis skin. It's Rift Shaker Giannis. The earth, like, the sort of like blue greens. I don't know what it is, but that skin really speaks to me. So this one's going to have to blow me out of the water or get me away from that one. And that's a cool start.
The rocks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I made that one.
Yo,
hey,
great
right,
work,
man.
man. That's my favorite skin of the whole game.
Oh, you can see the dimensions and stuff.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. Now, I will say that this is still being worked on, where some of these effects on the portals I see here have a little bit of a tilt to them that still need to be worked on. So you can expect some changes before you get to play this on the live server. But certainly looking good. Very regal on the entrance.
Whoa.
That is super cool on the Unstable Vortex. Though that really gives you a feel. If you
are his balls really that large? When he usually when you throw them out, they don't look that big.
Well, I was just about to. I was literally just about to say it, Tina, but I guess you kind of got to me. This is actually it's the same exact hitbox as the regular Unstable Vortex. If you've been wondering how did that hit me this entire time, it's because that's the actual size of those projectiles, and this will let you see that a little bit better. I would not have said it the way you did, Tina. No matter how much you are staring at me right now. They are Unstable Vortex portals that you are
look
shooting.
how big they
it's
are!
actual. They're like portals that he's shooting. That's the lore behind it. Read a tooltip.
Okay.
Just saying. They also look like balls. Wait, I missed it. I was staring at Tina. Let me. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. And that, of course, will fire portals throughout the entire map.
Sick.
Looking really good. That gold and blue work really, really well together.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
That's really awesome stuff. Unfortunately, we will not be able to show you the voice pack quite yet. That is also still a work in progress here for Warp Tech Giannis, but of course you can expect that ready for you on the live server. Also, we'll say that his portal is a jump stamp as of what I've got here.
Yes.
So you'll be able to get that around everywhere pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Really want to
Just
talk about the balls a whole lot,
version,
but not.
just a smaller version of the portals, or so you don't confuse people.
Sure. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. I love the audio effect still. That's my favorite part of the SkyTech Zeus skin is the audio portions of it. And this one continuing to get it done there. All right. I love this skin. I could watch it for a while, but I know what you're all waiting for, and actually what I'm waiting for too. Sunny Chibi Amaterasu. Oh my god, it's so cute.
It is super cute.
Like, look.
Look at her face.
Itty Chibi AMC, more terrifying than cute, if you ask me. That one freaks me out.
Yeah.
I will not be scared to admit that I have had a couple nightmares about it. This skin, however, is just so cute.
It is.
Her head is massive.
It is.
Why is it so big? She would never be able to float.
Because it's chibi.
She's a little chibi.
It's the definition of chibi, big head.
And this is this skin. You just got a little preview of it there. The face is where this is really going to be awesome. So you're really showing it off for your enemies a lot of the time.
There's a lot of expression here. We had a bunch of different like eye shapes and mouth shapes, and they're all tied in different animations, so that everything just like looks totally perfect for emotions and all that stuff from a distance because they're so large. It's a lot of work went into this one. This is like Chris Cooner worked on this, and he spent tons of time getting this like technically working. Chris over here worked on that as well.
She's so mad.
She was so angry. That was so cool.
We have an artist,
slow down.
one of the riggers, Veronica. She's a super big fan of chibi stuff.
She's so mad. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good.
I totally ran over you there.
No,
but
you're totally fine, man.
Super stoked.
We have some fans that are really into chibi stuff that like pretty much mini art directed a lot of what's going on here. Like drew a lot of the facial expressions and stuff, and we made sure that we were doing it right on this one.
So angry. The animations here
that's pretty
seem
incredible.
to match perfectly. And was that a big part of how the skin worked out? And I think either Chris or Ben you guys could really answer this, and how much you wanted to match the animation and how the skin felt to what the face was going on.
That's Chris. That's Chris all day. This guy was working the break it down on this stuff.
Yeah, this skin had a lot of work in it. So we used the Ratatosker face as a basis for the tech, but this is the first skin that ever had eyes and mouth independently able to activate. And now that we've got that sorted out, this is going to be the baseline for skins going forward for these chibi styles.
Wait, we're going to get more that look this good all the time?
That's up to Ben.
I am saying that we now have a chibi that works well for people, not just creatures. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I say expect more of these. If the fans like it, we'll give it to them.
Ben, we should have a little talk after this about
I got you, man.
chibi Zeus skin.
Whatever you need. We'll make it happen.
Couple gems coming
Just
your
throw
way.
Let's see how Pele does on gems.
All right.
That's all I'm trying to say. So we already saw some of the animations for whenever Amaterasu is attacking herself, but there are also some for when she gets attacked. In general, should have some special faces there, as Pon's gonna have to work it out and exactly get that timing right. Now that she's stunned, maybe that he can see it. I don't know. I don't know how any of this tech stuff work. I just want to see Ama be really cute and angry and upset and stunned and sad. That's just kind of what I want. I just want this, I just need these faces
going?
around me all the time. Hades, come back.
Hades, please.
We need some Sarah McLachlan.
Their bot's
right
running away.
To come back for us to get it in the right spot. That Hades walking off into the sunset feels bad. Hades, that's a feels bad. Look, this is
dude. Her whole body is the size of Ama's head.
I know, it's like her head is massive. What about? I mean, we obviously talked about the tech and all that kind of stuff that we got to add in to all of this. What about Ama? What was the choice to make all this tech work? What about Amaterasu as a god made her the best fit for this?
We like doing skins for her. Fans seem to like her a lot. So we're like, you know what? We think she would be a perfect example with trying a human in the chibi route.
Certainly looks to have filled that role. You saw a little bit of that face she gets when she's silenced. Her eyes kind of glaze over and can't really do a whole lot after that. Pana's just killing bots left and right, sending them off into the sunset. My heart will go on. Goodbye.
Go, my friend.
I will miss you. Remember me. All right, let's take a listen now to the voice pack here for Sunny Chibi Amaterasu.
Can we be friends? That was fantastic. I'm brighter than you. Attack middle lane. Attack the Titan. We already know who's gonna rise from this battle. I have a feeling we're not gonna be friends. No one puts a chibi in the corner. Got it, bozo?
That was a good one.
We haven't been able to show them off as much as we would like to, but make sure you go with a friend into a jungle practice and check out all the different faces that Amma will make during, you know, the taunts, the jokes, her getting stunned or silenced or anything like that. There's plenty of awesome stuff there that you can check out. Yeah, that's what you get for running away. Mama Amma there in the base, the bigger version. Again, Sunny Chibi Amaterasu, the namesake of this patch, or the kind of the face of this patch, if you will. Now, normally you'd expect to hear an inappropriate comment from someone on the couch by this point, because Tina's been quiet for a little bit, but that's because we actually swapped her out. Not because of what she was saying, but because we got cool stuff to talk about. AJ has moved back over, and Ben has left his little chair and is now on the couch. Guys, all those skins were great. However, none of those are Odyssey Tier 5 skins.
Very true. We have one skin to rule them all, right?
Yes.
That's okay. The Tier 5 skin. And after much deliberation, we do have a winner.
Yes.
Drum roll, please. Wait, do I get to reveal it?
I don't know.
Let's go right ahead, man.
It's Ares, everybody. Ares is
classy.
Your Tier 5.
We talked a lot about how we would talk about this, but we didn't decide who would officially say the name. Thank you, Agro.
I jumped on that.
Ares won. It was a hard-fought battle. So I really like how we did the voting this year. It was really cool watching every god go head-to-head.
Yep.
And we're
okay. Hold on. Whoa.
The Ganesh idea, the final Ganesh idea. We're still going to try to make that skin happen in some way or another.
That is an
for
excellent
this year's Tier 5
skin.
Odyssey, we're going to have Godslayer Ares, and we're going to follow the story of Ares, a general, a leader of an unsurmountable army, who just wants a little more power and finds this shield relic. That seems harmless at first, and
as they always do,
something that he think will empower him.
Just wants to get him to that next level.
Right, something that will make him be a just and strong ruler, but little does he know that it will instead fuel his thirst for power and violence, eventually consuming him to be a literal phantom and barely, very different from his former self.
It looks awesome. This concept art is great, and Polar Bear Mike is here for the United Invitational. I can almost hear him screaming yes from his
Ares trapped
down the road. Because
I'm just picturing the World Championship scream. I can see it happening.
Right exactly. Yeah, let's go, baby!
That is super sick.
All pumped up that it is this Ares selection, and honestly, like you said, either one of those concept arts, I think, I was very excited about, and hearing that the Ganesh skin is still hopefully getting done in some capacity, though not to that same sort of, just incredible level that we do the Tier 5s every year. We didn't do the story behind it. I mean, there was a little bit for years past in the Tier 5s. Are we really trying to push the narrative behind this skin a little bit more this time around?
It's more of an inspiration for all of our skins. Like, not necessarily something we put in the game as text or anything, but when we're coming up with these skin ideas, we like to think of a backstory and help us make decisions.
It adds credibility and like you said, anything in that story that we can add that like his shield, right? You saw the shield is getting like kind of creepy and stuff. Like, that's part of where the shield is actually about to like take him over, right? So that all that narrative stuff helps create more visuals, or we can like focus points and like so it's not that it's necessary, but the minute you add that, it like really like levels up the skin.
Perfect. Well, again, congratulations to all the Ares mains out there. You will have the Tier 5 from this year.
That's why
on the Joust Snap, right?
I watched those votes streaming, man. I was surprised. With Ares, there's the people spoken.
They've been looking for their Guardian for quite some time.
That did not go nearly well enough.
Anyways, we kicked Tina off the couch. Like I thought I was in the clear here, Ben. Goodness, come on, man.
I mean,
look, one last thing. last year we had a lot of little teasers and previews on what was going on with the Uller skin. Can we expect a little bit more of that this year as well, like some work in progress or anything like that?
Sure, yeah. I mean, as we showed with Hera, the early concept art, and we're going to be doing early blog posts for her, talking about her kit a little early, so keep in mind we really like this hype building we've got and the community feedback we're hearing. So we did a big work in progress video with Bologna, and we showed the full concepts for all the forms of that months ago.
Yep.
So, you know, that was only kind of a taste of the end form of Ares. So when we get the finalized, completed full four forms, I'm sure we'll start showing that off. And, you know,
we just want to give a taste as to where we're going. But there's like the whole other side. It's less so much of a journey of like, here's your level 1 guy who evolves into level 4. It's more of like, here's your heroic character that transitions into more of like an evil kind of character. That's So the first one's gonna be
yeah, that's one thing I'm really excited about.
Yeah, not starting from like the little acolyte that Anubis is or anything like
and that's
that.
part of the narrative, right? Like this time, like before that was part of the narrative, the acolyte became right. A lot that stuff really helped.
For sure. Very excited to see what we've got for that Ares skin. Guys, thank you so much for joining me here. And thanks to everyone at home who was here to watch that 5.15 update show. PTS will be up as soon as we're able to put it up, so make sure you stay tuned to all of our channels, Twitter in particular, at SMITE Game on Twitter, so you can find out updates on the PTS and all that kind of good stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Skillshot versus Pros. My alter ego will be competing and dominating in the Battleground of the Gods. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ein Gegner wurde gebronkt.
That was a good reveal. They're not doing nearly as much to Pele as I was kind of hoping, but the extra HP should definitely help out with the end game. You just have to play her a lot sneakier. You have to, like, towards end game, you just have to jump. Like, you can't go in and full force, I'm gonna lead and attack in. Like, you gotta wait for them to start, wait for all the rest of their abilities to go off so that you're not caught in somebody else's AoE.
Himmel, Arsch und Zwirn!
The land itself watches.
Help!
Scorched earth! Wild inferno!
Okay, you call for help and then you back off. Smooth.
Ruf mal einer den Krankenwagen!
You rock! You rock! You rock! Cancel that!
You rock!
People are ridiculous. Help me! No, I'll just watch you just attack on your own.
Oh, how destructive! Just my style!
Ein Gegner wurde geknechtet!
Your middle tower is under attack.
Be careful.
Ein Gegner wurde gebronkt!
Again, nobody's pushing. Again, wow, dude!
Ein Gegner wurde geknechtet!
He should have not have felt confident enough to push tower to get a kill on me like that. Like, he knows that this dude sucks, so he's just like, I'll just walk right past him. Look at him just standing out there in the middle of the line. Ladies and gentlemen, solo queuing.
Entweder packst du jetzt deine Tasche und fährst, oder Doppelkill. Das ist gut.
Das ist gut.
Wild Inferno! Burn the flame!
Zeit zum Knüppeln. Alle 5 tot. Das ist der Deal-Sign.
Worth it.
Hey, I like
Made
this.
me feel
I really
better.
do. Oh, how destructive. Just my style.
If anybody out there has any tips and tricks on how to build Pele for Joust, type them in the chat. Throw them out there. I'd really like to know because I don't play Joust all that often.
Ein Gegner wurde gebonkt. Eier, wir brauchen Eier. Ja, da kommt da so ein Typ, weißt du?
To the volcano.
Zwei auf einmal, auf geht's!
You waste that ult. You waste that ult. Go ahead. Not really a waste. She got a kill on me.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Scorched earth!
Wild Inferno!
Zeit zum Knüppeln!
Whatever. A, I don't know how he managed to steal that kill from me, and B, I don't know how she got away so fast.
Scorched earth!
Wait here.
Oh, how destructive. Just my style.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Ein Gegner wurde geknechtet!
Whoops.
gebronkt. Jetzt geht's los. Das ist ein Bingo.
Hey, I like this. I really do.
Hide on the tower? Okay.
Zeit zum Knüppeln.
I cannot. Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower.
What are you, friends with somebody on the other side? Oh, whoops, I did that on accident apparently. How the hell did I manage to do that?
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed.
Ein Gegner wurde geknechtet.
I am the creator of islands, but I heard you have created something too. Failure. Don't get too close.
Da muss wissen, wer der Babo ist.
Awesome.
Yeah, you move slow like magma, but lack any of the burn. I've been beaten many times by mighty beings. Luckily, I do no such thing.
Attack the Phoenix, attack the Phoenix, attack the Phoenix, attack the Phoenix. Quit worrying about her.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy Phoenix.
Na, das ist mir wurscht. Gänsefleischmann, Kill machen.
Oh, how destructive. Just my style.
Need to go in and change my stream title. Do that after this game. Disgusting! I guess that means suicide. That was a good push. That was really good. That was excellent. I haven't seen one that good in a while. Alright! Well, we are going to take a break for a little while. I will be back probably sometime later today. If you find me on @ComradeKoshkov on Twitter, you will know when I get on that, or you can just hit the follow button probably down in that... Is it down in that corner? It's one of these corners. One of these two corners, there's a button that says follow on it. You should click it because it'll alert you when I go live if you haven't already. Appreciate it. You guys have a good day, good evening, good night.